So eintlik met baie respek hê vir ons ministers, as hulle sukkel met Engels, listen to me. I struggle with English, especially with some interviews, like Sharif Baker. A big welcome.
Good morning, Renee. How are you?
Lovely. You're the chairperson of Technical Production Services Association. So just a little bit of background about yourself and what the TPSA, what you guys are doing.
Okay, so once again, good morning to you and your listeners. My name is Sharif Baker. I have been in the eventing industry for the past 25 years, from stage management to productions, especially the live event sector and conferencing and what have you. Over the last couple of years, I've been actively involved with our industry, trying to find ways to streamline it, make it more regular, make it more stable, and make it more constant. And I got involved with the TPSA, which are the industry leaders with the credentials of being the professional association for the industry in this country under the umbrella of the Southern African Communications Industry Association. And for the past 3 years that I've been with it, we've been working tirelessly around the country to try and promote professional standards and designations within the TPSA. You will note, Renee, many people in our industry for many, many years maybe finished school or didn't finish school and ended up in our industry. And if we came home to our mothers and said, "Mum, look, I'm going to be a DJ or I'm going to be in the music industry," our mothers would probably take off their right shoe and throw it at us. Because where are you going to go being in the music industry and a DJ? And today we can proudly say we can give you a professional designation where you can go home and proudly say to your mother, "Look, Mum, I'm certified and I can work anywhere in the globe because I am a professional in my craft." And that's what the TPSA stands for, with the Code of Conduct.
And the practical thing, in the Afrikaans industry, we've seen everybody's doing shows on Facebook, but we've got a very good relationship with a massive venue like Sun Arena in Pretoria. That's an 8,000 seater. There was shows booked, and just the impact, financial impact. I mean, it's must be devastating. But the stage of disaster, not more than 100 people, and it's countrywide. It's chaos.
It is absolutely devastating. That night when our president spoke and said not more than 100 people, every single body in our industry, whether you're a venue, an artist, a technical person, it went downhill immediately. It has a great impact, not just creatively, but obviously financially. And it has been a downward spiral ever since then. Because yes, okay, venues are losing revenue, companies are losing revenue, but individuals are losing a lot more. Because unfortunately, we've been our own worst enemy, Renee. Whether you're a technician or whether you're an artist, where we perhaps haven't, yes, we've been paying our taxes, but because we haven't paid UIF or haven't followed due diligence, we do not get to enjoy some of the benefits that the government are trying to put into place to assist us in this coronavirus pandemic. Yes, we are very, very grateful for the distress grant of 350 Rand, and yes, we are appreciative of it. But right now we are suffering. Venues are not making money, individuals are not making money, or are not being able to even put food on the table. So yeah, the impact is great, Renee.
And do you think it was sufficient? You mentioned our government said they're going to help, and I know there's some artists that applied, but it's the same with like the tourism. At the end of the day, it's 200 million, but that's like one small tourist town's turnover in a month. There's so many artists actually to give everyone a 5,000. You're talking millions and millions. So do you know of some guys that's really been helped through this time?
Yes, so there are a couple of great initiatives both here in South Africa as well as with some of our associates overseas, where we're creating different funds to try and help our brethren in this time. Three of the biggest ones out there is the Back a Buddy initiative via the TPSA. Then there is a Save Our Festivals initiative created by Sean Duvet, who heads up the Ultra events. But I think the biggest one at the moment is Feed Our Crew initiative.
Oh yes, you disappeared there now. We're going to talk about it because I was also contacted by Vicky, and you probably know her. about that initiative. So we're going to chat a bit about that a bit later. Just stay tuned. Maar nou net as ek nou die WhatsApp nodig het op hierdie rekenaar, dan verdwyn hierdie WhatsApp. So ek gaan hierdie foon gou gebruik. Hier's 'n hele paar vrae. Mense vra nou hier, mag ons saam met vriende braai en ouros drink? Mooi dag. So, en dit is nou van Ilse van 'n Mams en Toutie. Nog nie. En dan Jorrie, wat van tuiniers kan hulle werk ook nie. So jy kan net as jy versorging nodig het met 'n huishulp en so aan, kan jy dit doen. Ons gesels verder met Sharif Baker, voorsitter van Technical Production Services Association. As jy wonder wat dit is nou oor groot shows en die tegniese spanne. Dis 'n geweldige bedryf wat verskriklik swaar kry. Sharif, welcome back.
Hello, Renee. Thank you.
We just started to talk about how people can help, and it was amazing how creative people got and artists. We're going to get to that, but first, I got a message from Vicky Whitehead from I think she's from MCC, and said to me, "Please, can we just talk about this feedourcrew.co.za?" And I was fortunate enough to be part of an e-concert just before, or the first concert that was held on an e-concert. And that money, the same, we said to people, this is not to enrich the 10, 12 artists that's part of the show, but it went into a trust because there's technical guys, there's sound guys, there's camera crew, that needs help. So what is the idea behind feedourcrew.co.za?
So, if we rewind slightly, obviously we actively engaged with government, especially the Department of Arts and Culture, and in trying to find ways in how we can stabilize financially our industry. But until we can find resolution, we've had to be creative and take up initiatives. And one of the most fundamental ones out there right now is the Feed Our Crew scheme, which was brought about by, I think, Vicky, Tamsin, and Kagiso from Black Motion Productions. And what it is, how it works is just an initiative to help those needy that need assistance. And like you said, it's not just for artists, it's for everybody in our eventing industry. And it's, again, not just the technical for live events, but it's a technical for a TV crew or a film crew, an artist, an actor. And how it works is everybody contributes to the fund, and it's administered, and then a voucher is issued to you so that you can go and at least buy some essentials and bread and milk and some vegetables and what have you from Pick and Pay and or ShopRite. It's a brilliant initiative that's going very, very well. It's unfortunately, we need a lot more funding because we are a much larger community than anybody thinks, including our own government. It ranges from live venues to artists to technical to radio stations and TV stations. And, it's sad to say that we do contribute a large number to the GDP, but right now we're on our back foot, and our saving grace is the Feed Our Crew scheme currently out there, which is helping us.
At least we saw last night or heard last night that TV productions can go on, and that helps a lot in terms of cameramen. But with live shows and events, like you said, we were lucky to get a booking. I was actually so surprised and blessed for May to do an MC gig that's also for an online award ceremony. And so, at least something is happening. I think the whole world is changing. But with events because you need people with events. Are you guys still worried? And if I'm going to put you on the spot to make a prediction, when do you think we're going to have a show of 3,000 or 8,000 people again, or even 500 in one room?
Well, I think the first thing I need to say, we are a creative industry, and our creativity is going to shine with regards to online and making use of new technology. But it is limited. People want to enjoy themselves. People want to get out of the house and go to a live event. And so live events will always be there and be part of our culture moving forward in this new world order that we find ourselves in. With regards to when we're going to get back on our feet to a live event, I think obviously safety first, and I applaud our president in the way he's putting it together. We're now going through the different levels, 5, 4, all the way down to 1. Unfortunately, not even at level 1 will we be able to do a live event. If we go according to the president's prediction that we will peak in August or September, with everything that we're doing, hopefully we will be able to flatten the curve. The reality, I see a live event taking place next year. 2021, we need to write off 2020. 2021 is when we can start looking at trying to put a live event together.
Sure.
I mean, let's be realistic, Renee. No matter what happens, the world needs to find some sort of vaccine before we can do anything. We can predict whatever we want to or try and hope for whatever we want to. But until we've got a real control or handle on this pandemic and with some sort of vaccine, from a live event perspective, it's a long time coming.
Sure. Last question. I see a lot of artists and even crew. I don't know if you're also experiencing it. That people are doing online courses to have a backup. I know one lady we play a lot, Janie Bay, one of the artists, and said she's busy with an online course to do IT stuff. Just realizing I can't just rely on my guitar anymore because I mean this really crushed a lot of guys. It's their only income and it's just gone. Do you also see that people are going to, even technical guys, say this is my expertise, but I'm going to learn to edit as well because I can still work or whatever?
If we look at hindsight, we wished we listened to our parents at a much earlier age and have something to fall back on. Yeah. So yes, you are right. This is exactly what a lot of people are doing now, is trying to diversify and use their current skills to see where else it can be good to good use. But at the same time, we at the TPSA are encouraging everybody, whether you're an artist or a musician or a technical person, is to re-educate yourself and up your game and become a professionally designated member of our craft, of our society, so that when we do go back in, we can come back in with a bang. New creative ideas and knowledge of new equipment and or current equipment that we feel we lacked on. But especially in the IT world, you'll find a lot of our technical equipment, mixing desks and amplifiers and what have you, all use modern technology. So yes, the diversity of spinning out and going into the IT world is definitely there, and it can be put to good use.
Sharif, thank you so much for your time and all of the best. I mean, we're in the same boat. Luckily, we can still work on TV, but the rest, though, all of the best for you guys.
Thank you very much. And if I can just say the one most important thing, and I love the word, it's an African word, it's called Ubuntu. And as long as we have that and the positivity that will come out of this, we will succeed in every sphere of what we're trying to do. And I thank you for all that you are doing, Renee.
Great stuff. Cheers. So kom ons kyk waar ons kan help. Ek het selfs gisteraan gedink, ek wonder wat maak 'n Uber ouetjie op sy motorfiets met Uber, wat hulle kan al begin deliveries doen môre. So miskien kan ons uitvind en daar's 'n ekstra werkie. Ek self.